Welcome back to the channel, guys. Chase from 3C Miniworks here, and today we're going to go over all about how to wire up a QS138 90H with the Votol EM200 controller. You can see it here on the Honda Grom that I'm currently doing. But if you have an e-bike or anything similar that you're running that exact setup, all the wiring will be the same. And I know upon searching for things on YouTube before, when I built the e-ruck here, it was really hard to find any information on the QS138 90H with the combo of the Votol controllers. It seems like everyone runs the far drivers, and this is the next bike I'm going to swap. So I'll give you everything I know about it. All the wiring makes it easy to wire up here, and then I will timestamp everything below as well, so that way you guys can kind of jump around as you see fit when you're wiring your bike. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to share is the diagrams for each side of the wiring harness. It's very, very helpful to have if you're chasing how to do functions on certain components within your system. Feel free to screen grab these or just keep going back in the video. These will prove very, very helpful for any sort of troubleshooting. And they're just good to have since they're really, really hard to find on the internet. So starting from the beginning, when you have first your QS138 90H, and your Votol EM200 controller, you'll want to run your 3-phase wires into the controller itself. Those will be color coded, and then your positive and your negative will be there as well. So that's the easy part. First major thing you'll have to plug in, off of the controller, you'll have this short harness, which has all these different connectors on it. That I'm going to start on the left side, read through the colors as well as what they match to on the right side. So on the left side of the harness, you'll have the Hall sensor connector, which is red, white, black, blue, green and silver or gray, and yellow. And that plugs into the only plug right here off of your QS138, and that is the Hall sensor plug. That has a color code black, yellow, red, blue, green, and yellow. Next, there are 4 plugs off of this small harness that are not going to be used. There's going to be a purple, green, and yellow in one plug. Then you have a black, red, blue, and orange in another plug. You also have a yellow, red, and purple and gray in another plug. And then the last one that is not used is a brown and black and a gray and looks like black as well. So going from top to bottom on the, again, small side of the harness, you have next a black, green, and pink wire, and then that goes to the main harness, which is a black and white, green and white, and a red and white. That is going to be your throttle. So that goes to your throttle control there. We'll unplug that. I am doing this in backward order because I have it installed on the bike, but since there's no good videos online, I wanted to post this up to help everyone out. Next, we'll have a green and gray, a brown, and a black and gray. That connects to a yellow and white and a pink. This connector is going to be for your gear control. Next, we have a white and brown and a black and brown wire going into a green and black wire. That is going to be your parking brake. Next is going to be your sport mode. So this one's going to have a black and brown wire and a brown wire on the left side. And then you have a blue and yellow off the right side. Next is going to be your one line. This is basically the same thing as a bus connection, but you're not going to run the bus if you have the one line. I like this just because it's a one easy connector, and that one you have a white on the left side going into a purple, and then this should just be a quick bullet connector, so that just pulls apart. Next you have your reverse, so on this you're going to have a black and brown wire, and you're also going to have a gray and white wire on the left, and then a black and yellow on the right. Going down here, we have a couple more connectors left. This is going to be a purple into a green and yellow, and that is going to be your high brake. And then you have a purple into a yellow, and that is your ignition. And then nearby off of those connections, you'll also have this wire, which this actually is normally two eyelets, a positive and a negative. In my case, you can hook that directly up to the battery, but in my case, I just hook up an XT60 that I can then plug directly into the battery charging port, and that makes it a lot easier than trying to use an eyelet on your battery, because if you build a quality battery, they normally come with the XT60s anyways. And then you'll also have these three connections off of the back, and these are going to be your turn signal connections. So you have a brown, a green, and a yellow and green. That's a three-prong connection. That's going to be for your main tail light. And then the blue and green and the orange and green are going to be for your turn signals in the rear. And then you'll notice there are a couple connectors left once we're done. Those are not used because those would otherwise go to the ones that we didn't use in our connections, which you will not need in most builds. Once you get the connections off of the main harness to the Votol controller, slightly farther down the main harness line, you'll see two connectors here, one of which is your relay connector. So this is a 4-wire connector. It's important that whatever relay you run, it matches your battery voltage. So if I run a 72-volt battery, I'll have a 72-volt relay. If you have a 96, you want a 96 relay, etc. So that's plain and simple. And then the next one you're going to have is a DC to DC converter line. So on this, you're going to have a connector of a yellow and red, a black and a green, going into the other side, which is the DC converter, an orange, yellow, and black. Important to note with this as well, it has to match your battery voltage that you're going to run. So in my case, I run a 72 volt, and this converts the 72 volt to a 12 volt system so that you can run on your headlights, your tail lights, that kind of stuff. You want to match your battery, so if you have a 96 volt, make sure it's a 96 to 12, etc. And then moving up to the front of the bike, as you can see here, DKD display is up on the top, and then the front of the harness comes in through where the normal headlight would be. The DKD display has a 2-connector little sub-harness on it, so one connector goes into the back of the display, and then there's only 2 connectors off of that, both of which are marked on the main harness, and it says speedometer. So you'll know right away they only fit into one, so you can't swap them. So those are really easy. Next, you're going to have a mismatch of different connectors, all of which are labeled on the main harness, so it makes it really nice. Like this one, you'll see it says right on the thing, left switch. So you can go to your left side controls and then just trace that all the way down. There's a wire that connects right into it. And that has 2 connectors, both say left switch, so you'll know right away those go into each other. And then the same thing goes for the right hand controls. You're going to have 3 connectors that are all going to say right hand controls on these little tags. So that'll tell you right away. Again, they're all 3 different, so you can't mix those up, which is really nice. And then the only other connections you're going to have in here is, it's all electrical taped up, but I have a red and a yellow wire in there. It's going to be your ignition. So whatever ignition setup you're running into, you would just connect that into there. So in my case, I have a Honda Grom. You just take 2 of the 4 wires and bridge them into your connection. Realistically, all you have to do is connect these and it will start your engine. So you could even use a paper clip, but that's essentially all a key setup is you're just bridging that connection and starting the ignition. So that's the only other connection. Other than that, you're all set to run. At that point, you can go ahead and turn it on, let it rip. So pretty straightforward. That tells you, for the most part, how to wire up a QS138 90H with the Votol EM200 controller. That is running a 72 volt battery. However, it's kind of irrelevant because you can run different voltages based on your needs. But that'll get you running and going. If you need to know more, feel free to comment below. Let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. I'm happy to help. And otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.